Right, folks, a lot of you have really, really god-awful posture, and you're like this all the time. And not just like that with the shoulders, but with the neck as well. Now your head weighs something like 10 to 12 pounds. That's about 5 kilos or so. For every inch it comes forward, your traps are having to take care, because of leverage, having to take care of an additional approximately 10 pounds per inch. So stacked on top, that's a nice 10-pound head. 1 inch forward, that's 20 pounds. Another inch forward, that's 20, getting onwards to 30 pounds. That's a lot of weight. So now this is constantly engaged. My neck, my traps are constantly trying to pull me back, and they get so overstretched and overly tense. They become fibrotic, really poor circulation. Now you have trigger points back there that constantly hurt, and it sucks. Something we want to do, because what happens to folks, my posture is always here. All the time I'm like this, and this feels good, this feels natural. If I come here for any period of time, literally just 2 minutes, I'm gonna start to feel like I really don't like this anymore. It's getting uncomfortable, and probably wouldn't take much longer than that to start to feel painful, all right? It's the exact same thing for people who are normally like this. This feels normal for people after a time. It's become a habit, right? When we try to just abruptly get people here, this is horribly uncomfortable for you. It really is, isn't it? So this is where the mobility work comes into play, where we can use it to kind of hydrate the tissues, relax the tissues, get them to allow for change and adaptation. So we're here, we're gonna do some massage work, then we practice position. That's the important bit. Practice this position. It's going to feel better for 10 minutes, and then you'll start to go back. The next day, or even later that same day, you do it again. You practice good position. You really stay focused and disciplined. If you have someone living with you, or you have a friend with you, tell them to be a super friend, and like if they see you slouching, slap you in the belly or somewhere that's appropriate. And then the next day you do this, and it's like you can hold it for 20 minutes and it's fine. A few days later or a week later, suddenly you're going an hour at a time of focus dedicated. Do the mobility work, you're in good posture. Do the mobility work, good posture. And you're practicing that. Now it's an hour that you've spent in good position. Now this is starting to become normal. It's starting to feel a lot better. You can breathe a lot better. You can sleep a lot better. Exercise, it's like, hey, it actually feels good because my skeleton, my muscles aren't so impinged. Things just work. Here's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna need a massage ball. And I do recommend just a massage ball. Don't use a foam roller for this. It doesn't really work quite as well. But there's a few different spots we're gonna do. Upper trap, deltoid, triceps. So we're gonna think top of the shoulder, side of the shoulder, back of the shoulder, and upper arm. So what we're gonna start off here, you can do this on a wall. You can do this on a low box that's heavy enough that you're not gonna move it too much. And you're just gonna think, here's some muscle in between the collarbone, which is there, and there's my shoulder blade back there. So this is my upper trap. I wanna get this right in there. And I like to use a box like this so that my head can more effectively go over. If it's just a wall, you're kind of more like this, overstretching your head, and it's kind of uncomfortable. So I like using a heavy box. And I'm just gently moving around that area. And that's it. So up, down, side to side, just moving all over, nice and easy and slow. And as you're doing it, remember, I'm talking so you don't have to. You keep your mouth shut and you breathe entirely through your nose, slow and deep. Think as few breaths per minute as possible. I'd recommend 2 minutes just on that one bit. And then we're gonna go to the deltoid. So deltoid is the kind of triangular muscle here that creates the outside of the upper arm. So I'm going through, and yes, I'm trying to flex just to make it a little bit visible. So right through there, and I put that right into the box as well. A little bit easier to do on the wall as well if that's what you're using, because the box will move a bit, but it's fine. Have that brace up against the wall, that'll work. So again, 2 minutes, just all over that deltoid. And then tricep, think, here's the elbow bone. I go from that all the way towards the armpit. And we're gonna move that around all over, up, down, side to side. You can rotate your arm back and forth, moving all over that. Extend the elbow, so you're taking your hand up and down. 2 minutes all across this whole area as well. So you're looking at 6 minutes on one side. So that'd be 12 minutes to get through the entire side, plus the extra minute to practice your posture. So once you've done that on one arm, really pull your shoulders back and down, carry your chest up a little bit. Try to think ear over your shoulder. So it's not just putting your shoulders back, but it's also bringing your head back. Try to think about taking your chin back a little bit. That might be really uncomfortable at first, and you may also want to extend the trap massage, not just the traps there, but maybe also get into the neck as well. That might be useful for a lot of you. Help you to breathe a lot better. Stay there and kind of go on like a nice meditative walk or something where you're just focused, maybe after doing both sides, actually, and then just focus 10 minutes, 5 minutes, just 1 minute at a time, holding this posture and then build on that time. So you do the work, then you practice position for, let's say, start off with 1 minute, just dedicated, walk around, hold that position, focus entirely on that, on nothing else, just focus on keeping good posture. The next day, do it for 2 minutes. The next week, do it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Hold good position. Position is king, position is power. If you suffer with chronic pain, chronic injuries, athletic injuries, I have got you covered. My name is Ethan Hammond, and I am a strength and rehab specialist. I work with people who want to return to sport and fitness, but feel that they can't because of pain and injuries. I've helped people with conditions such as lower back pain, ACL tears, shin splints, neck pain and chronic headaches, and so many more things. Now, a lot of you will be going through things like this, like what I just listed above, and you're saying that you cannot train anymore. Bullshit. You have got to train, and you've got to train right. Train or complain, that is the way this works. Now, I work in person in Southampton, England, but I have online services as well if you're a bit further out. And I also offer free consultations to get you started with a free game plan and strategy for getting out of pain. All you have to do is to send me a text or a WhatsApp message to 07 305 231 339, and I will personally get back to you in the next 24 hours to get you started on the road to proper recovery. If you are serious about leveling up and making real change, this is how you start.